I don't have too much of a report tonight. Haven't really done a whole lot this month. It's been a hectic month with some other things that I've got going on, but I do have a couple of things I want to address. That is, when VDOT finally got the roads finished, I think they turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. First couple of weeks were a little bit rough, and nobody understood what was going on with that, but the end result, I think, is pretty good. They still got a mess at your house, and we know that. And we'll continue to try to chip away at that. But and we still got problems on the Tanner Road, and I know that with the manhole covers and VDOT. I have sent an email to VDOT concerning the manhole covers. I have not received any response back. Our local contact, Tom Sabold, has retired, so I really don't know who to contact locally now, but I will be finding that out pretty quickly because we need to have a local contact we can get a hold of. Randy, the railroad crossing, how's it?
It's 100% better.
I thought so too. I was at the dump the other day, this was.
I know they worked on it. They've been working on the railroad all week, so hopefully that'll be better for y'all on that side of the tracks, and we'll just have to keep after it if it doesn't. So I have an invitation from Edith Snedeker, who is the minister. Well, that is the invitation.
It is, I admit that.
Who is the minister of the Iron Gate Community Church, and this is their 30th year in service to the community as a church. And she said they were trying to think of something that they could do for the town, or to show appreciation to the town, or what have you. And what they have come up with, and Bobby, if you, I'll write this up and send it to you, but if you will extend this to the fire department, Roxanne's going to extend it to Public Works. She has extended an invitation from her church to everybody on council, everybody on every committee that serves the town, Parks and Recs, BZA, Planning Commission, Fire Department, Rescue Squad, Town Council, Public Works, anybody who provides a service to the citizens through the town is invited to attend their worship service at 11 a.m. on Sunday, September the 17th, be recognized as part of the service, and have lunch provided by the church afterwards. And she would just like to invite everybody and extend their thanks to the town for our support for what their last 30 years. Anybody that would be able to attend that, if you'll just let Roxanne know so we can get a number back to her so they know how to prepare for the meeting. Also received an invitation from Russell Updike of Wilson, Updike and Nicely to attend a luncheon meeting with him and John Lanford from Alleghany County, Darlene Burcham from Clifton Forge, Richard Douglas, who's the city manager of Covington, regarding discussion on Jackson River Enterprises, and in particular the recycling services that they currently provide to the various localities. He has also said that if there's anybody else on council or anybody else that would like to go and participate in this discussion, just let him know by the 5th. So if anybody wants to go, just let Roxanne know and she will schedule that. You did let him know that I was coming, and that and you'll remind me.
When is it?
This Thursday. Not this Thursday, next week.
The 7th.
Yes.
What time is it?
Not, 12 o'clock, 12 noon.
Where? Whereabouts?
At, Dabney Lancaster Community College, meeting in room 513 in the McCarthy Hall, and lunch will be provided by the club car.
Can, what are they, gonna be talking about the funding for the coming year or what?
I don't, this
What's
is
the
all I
nature
know.
of it?
It says it's concerning the current services provided to the localities by JRE. So I don't know whether they're getting ready to change their contract or maybe adjust the funding that they're receiving or what have you. Just have to go and see what they have on their mind.
I noticed they've been coming down here to the Rusty Hinge, picking up all them cardboard boxes.
Yeah, they do that.
And up at the Family Dollar store, I see them.
They have a truck that goes around, I think every morning it makes their rounds and picks up the cardboard and stuff from businesses and what have you. I think Junior said something to you about needing some water meters.
Yeah, he's got 3, he said.
Okay. And then, but we have the name of a man who
Virginia Rule.
that can get us hooked up with the kind.
Before, he said he probably could.
Okay, all right, if you get
Call
that
me.
call made and see what he can do for us and see what we can come up with. Okay. And the ad will be in the paper this week for a replacement for Beverly Kern on the Board of Zoning Appeals. She resigned effective last month, that she's no longer a resident of the town. And really, Ann, you can elaborate. It's not a lot of work on that, is it?
No, it's not a lot of work. I know that the committee, if they don't do anything, we need to meet once a year. But if we have something that we need to go out and look at, it doesn't take but about 10 or 15 minutes of your time. And all you have to do is either walk it off or measure it off. And then we make a decision, and then of course we decide, and then we turn it over to you as well. So it's really no big deal.
And you don't meet real often, just whenever you get a request. So anybody that would be interested in that, I would ask you and urge you to let Roxanne know. Roxanne, one thing we need to make sure we do, the Planning Committee needs to be paid for their meeting. And when Ann schedules her annual meeting of the BZA, they will need to be paid.
I also need
List.
the regulations and everything for the Board of Zoning Appeals, all the laws and everything. That should be in a file somewhere here. But I need a copy of all of it, please.
And then the only other 2 things that I have is we need to schedule a personnel committee meeting sooner than later to start the interview process for the applicants for Roxanne's job. What evening next week would be good for y'all to have that meeting? Randy?
Whatever.
Whatever?
I'll have to check my schedule because I'm not sure.
All right, can you let me know?
Yes.
All right. Can we go ahead and tentatively schedule something for Tuesday evening? Bobby, would that work for you?
I haven't got a answer back on a commitment of mine. The only thing that I basically have open is Friday. I've got doctor appointments, VA appointments, and all kinds of things.
All right. How about Monday evening? Does everybody have plans for Labor Day, or that's part of your, okay. All right, well, Richard, you let me know your availability, and we'll check with Bobby, and Randy will call you.
Okay.
How about that? Parks and Recs. And Karen, what would be a good night next week for y'all to meet with us, ELR?
Not Monday.
No. Do you want to do it Tuesday evening? You think you'll be recovered by then?
I don't know. I've been off from work for 2 weeks, so, and Tuesday's my first day back.
Oh, wow.
Thursday?
We do it.
Yeah. Thursday's
All
probably
right,
okay.
what time? 6?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
All right, we've got Town Day scheduled for Saturday, October the 28th. It's gonna be a Town Day / Halloween party like we did the last time. We've had several volunteers step up to assume roles, and that's what the thrust of this meeting will be, is kind of fine tune that a little bit more, make sure we've got enough volunteers to cover the areas that we need to cover and to pull it off appropriately, and start getting some things in place for that day.
October what?
October the 28th.
48.
Do y'all remember the time that we set for that? I don't remember what
I
time
thought
it
it
was.
was
5 to
5,
10.
wasn't it?
5 to 10,
Covington's having theirs the same day.
are they?
Same in
Ours will be better.
the.